All praise to Yahweh, Shema Shai, Bashim Makadesh, the answer, apostle, elders, great also that taught me this 100% truth of the world. Citations to the Akimat, they question the truth of all sincerity, and which survives to do so. Citations to the hopeful elect that are scattered on the four corners of the earth that believe in the truth of Yahweh, Shema Shai, Shabbat Shalom. And this lesson was inspired by this article, and the title of this article is Mookie Betts declines staying with Dodgers in haunted Milwaukee hotel once again. And this is articles from August 13, 2024. Today's so-called September 1st, 2024. So, the article begins. It reads, Mookie Betts is continuing to prove he wants nothing to do with the potential for ghosts. The Los Angeles Dodgers star is once again refusing to stay at the team's hotel in Milwaukee due to the stories of it being haunted. In the Pfizer Hotel, a beautiful building in downtown Milwaukee, was built in 1893, and local legends claim it is haunted. In fact, from other franchises claim to have experienced ghost encounters, but Betts wants no part no part of it. Yeah, so in this world they call them ghosts, but these so-called ghosts are just evil spirits. You know what I'm saying? Or demons that the Lord has unleashed or allowed these people to see. These are apparitions. Of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And you know, this Mookie Betts. Betts. I believe he's a Jake or whatnot, and he's afraid. You know what I'm saying? He's afraid to encounter these evil spirits. You know, um, and these evil spirits are something that the Lord created on the left hand side. You know what I'm saying? They do the bidding of the Lord. You know, and uh, like I said, this article inspired this lesson. So this is one of the plagues that the Lord unleashed on the Egyptians. In the time of darkness. Which we'll go into that, but I'll finish up the reading this article. Now it reads: the eight-time All-Star will be staying at an Airbnb for the second straight year to avoid potential encounters of spirits from beyond. He has said he'll never change his ways. Betts has stayed at the Pfister before and claims he never encountered anything paranormal, but he claimed he could not sleep because he was spooked. He said, but I couldn't sleep. Every noise I'd be like, is that something? Betts has claimed he doesn't believe in ghosts, but he doesn't want to find out that he's wrong. Yeah. And it's just, you know, uh, evil spirits, that the Lord has been. The Dodgers activated Betts for Monday's game in Milwaukee. He had been on the injured list for 8 weeks with a broken hand. There's no way he's letting ghosts mar his comeback. But so he's afraid of evil spirits. But that's what the Lord is going to do in these last days. He's going to allow uh, these demonic spirits to torment these people. During this his time of judgment of this world. The Lord is going to unleash great wrath upon this place, and He's going to start with his um, his weapon. His on his left hand side, the physical specimen of Satan, Esau, the so-called white man. He's going to unleash his devil and let him come down with great wrath. And that's why the scriptures say the enemy coming as a flood. And who was that? The Esau, so-called white man. During the Roman Empire. And he's going to unleash him in these last days. Let him come down with great wrath. To bring judgment upon him and all the heathen of the other nation, and as well as his people as well. You know what I'm saying? You know, Esau is his weapon as well. You know what I'm saying? And that's why King David said, save me from the wicked, which is thy sword. And Esau Edom is the wicked of the earth, and he's the Lord's sword. He uses him to bring forth judgment as well, in the physical form. But the Lord will also use, the spiritual demon Satan to bring judgment as well, and as well as the evil angels he has on the left hand side. These people are going to see, these things in these last days, because the Lord is going to reveal it unto them to bring them judgment. And so let's hear. This is Exodus 10 and 21, which reads, "And Yahweh said unto Moses, Stretch out thy hand toward heaven, and that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness which may be felt. And Moses stretched forth his hand toward heaven, and there was a thick darkness in the land of Egypt 3 days. They saw not one another, neither rose any from his place for 3 days, but all the children of Israel had light in their dwellings." Yeah, because this judgment was meant to come upon the land of Egypt for the wickedness that they've done to the Lord's people. And that's going to be the same thing here in these last days. The Lord's going to bring judgment upon, these heathen nations, starting with Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. And the only people that's not going to receive part of this judgment is the elect of the nation of Israel. You know what I'm saying? Because the 2/3 of the nation of Israel is going to get the judgment, along with these heathen nations for being, enemies of the Lord. But the only people that are going to be spared are the Lord's elect that he chose to give grace unto. We know in Exodus 10 and 24, "And Pharaoh called unto Moses and said, Go ye, serve Yahweh, only let your flocks and your herds be stayed, let your little ones also go with you." Yeah, so, the Lord brought great torment against him in this darkness. While just because it's dark out, and they can't see before them, you think that was just that was it? That was just a land filled with darkness, and they just got tired of being in the dark? And no, the Lord was tormenting them in this darkness. He brought, demonic spirits upon them that tormented them during this time. You know what I'm saying? And this is Psalms 78 and 49, which reads, "He cast upon them fierceness of his anger, wrath and indignation, and trouble by sending evil angels among them." Yeah, and this is, going to the times of the judgment that he brought upon Egypt, that the Lord had brought evil angels as part of that plague of darkness in that time. And he tormented them, you know, while they were in the darkness, and they feared for their life, you know. And this is what was taking place during that time. This is in Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17, starting at verse 1. "For great are thy judgments, and cannot be expressed thereof. Unnurtured souls have erred. For when unrighteous men thought to oppress the holy nation," who's that? Unrighteous men? Well, the nation of the Egyptians. You know what I'm saying? That brought hard bondage upon the nation of Israel. And for that recompense that the Lord brought judgments upon them, plagues upon them, for oppressing His people. You know what I'm saying? And just like the Lord is going to do in these days, because the modern day Pharaoh is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and he's going to, like he said, the scriptures say that he's going to bring plagues upon Egypt as he did before. You know what I'm saying? Which means that the Lord is going to bring plagues upon the land of our captivity. You know what I'm saying? To bring judgment upon the heathens that oppressed us. You know what I'm saying? So Esau Edom is going to experience these plagues as well. You know what I'm saying? In the lands where they have us captive. So reading on, "For when unrighteous men thought to oppress the holy nation, they being shut up in their houses, the prisoners of darkness, and fettered the bonds of the long night, lay there exiled from the eternal providence. For while they supposed to lie hid in their secret sins, they were scattered under a dark veil of forgetfulness, being horribly astonished and troubled with strange apparitions." Yeah, so the Lord plagued them with apparitions during this time, in the time of darkness. For neither might the corner that held them keep them from fear, but noises of waters falling down sounded about them, and sad visions appeared unto them with heavy countenance. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They feared, these apparitions or these evil spirits that they see. And, you know, they heard roaring of loud sounds. That's part of, the the demonic presence, that the Lord brought to bring fear upon them. You know what I'm saying? So they were, and sitting in darkness, and they were just hearing roarings, and they didn't know what to do. They were afraid. They were afraid. You know what I'm saying? Afraid for their life. And I'm sure some of these people died because of that fear. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, these spirits, you know what I'm saying? These are something, that has been created, by the Lord, you know, for judgment. And this is a plague that he brought upon Egypt. And, for this, uh, for this Jake, he feared, he feared evil spirits. You know what I'm saying? He said he couldn't sleep at night because he didn't know every noise that, he figured that, that's an evil spirit that's going to be showing it to him. And he didn't want to, see it, because these spirits, these evil spirits who, lurk around, because demons are all around you. Demons hop on people on a regular basis and cause them to do certain things to individuals, you know what I'm saying? But you can't see them with the visible eye, you know? That's why, this is we battle spirits in high places. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because the Lord, these demons are on high, you know what I'm saying? You know, they're in the heavens as well, but, they go to and fro within the earth and wreak havoc as the Lord has, you know, assigned them to do. You know what I'm saying? They work for the Lord, but on the left hand side. So these demons, they hop on people and they cause people to, commit horrific acts to others. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then, sometimes, they even put people to death. The Lord sends that death angel to bring that judgment. You know what I'm saying? Reading on. Uh, seven, uh, this is Wisdom Solomon, Slakia, Wisdom of Solomon 17:5. Now power of the fire might give them light, neither could the bright flames of the stars endure to lighten the horrible night. Yeah, no matter what they did, they couldn't, there was so much darkness they couldn't see in front of them. The only thing you could see is this apparition. They had no light. You know what I'm saying? So they were seeing these wicked spirits, in this darkness, you know, that, the Lord had plagued upon them. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only thing they could see. They couldn't see in front of them, but the Lord allowed them to see the forms of these spirits and to hear the noises of these spirits that He brought upon them. You know what I'm saying? 17:6. Only there appeared unto them a fire kindled of itself, very dreadful, for being much terrified, they thought the things which they saw to be worse than the sight they saw not. As for the illusions of the art magic, they put they were put down, and their vaunting in wisdom was reproved with disgrace. For they that promised to drive away terrors and troubles from a sick soul were sick themselves of fear, worthy to be of laughter. Yeah, they were plagued with, uh, sickness because of the things that they were experiencing, the horrible apparitions that they were experiencing, you know, and it was of, you know, uh, great judgment and laughter for the nation of Israel, because if there's nothing they could do to turn this back. You know what I'm saying? This is part of the plague that the Lord, you know, had brought upon them. You know what I'm saying? So uh, it's humorous to, for those that or on the other side, you know, uh, uh, of their enemies getting their judgment. You know what I'm saying? Reading on, for though no terrible thing did fear them, yet being scared with beasts that pass by and hissing of the serpents, they died for fear, denying that they saw the air which could no side be avoided. Yeah, some of these people, they were so much in fear that they even uh, you know experienced death because of this plague. You know what I'm saying? They feared for their life, and the fear of not knowing of uh, you know um, what's going to happen, and you're being tormented by demonic spirits. You know what I'm saying? Whispering in your ear, just walking by whispering, saying things into you. You can't, like the dude said, he couldn't even sleep. You know what I'm saying? You being up 3 days without sleep, and you just being tormented by evil spirits, and they're these loud noises, and they're going around maybe touching you, and appearing to you in your face, and you just faint, you know, and have a heart attack or something, and you die because of the fear that you know you're experiencing from this plague, being tormented by evil angels. What are you doing? For wickedness condemned by her own witness is very timorous, and being conscience also forecasts grievous things. For fear is nothing else but the betraying of the scorers which reason offered, and the expectation from within, being less counted with ignorance more than cause which bringeth the torment. But thy sleeping the same sleep at that night, which is indeed intolerable. Yeah, you can't even sleep. You know what I'm saying? Because you're being plagued by these wicked spirits, and which came upon them out of the bottoms of the inevitable hell. Yeah, because they was just catching hell from these spirits, man. They were in a hellish condition, being plagued by the Lord. But the left hand, but the demons, or these evil spirits that are on the left hand side, you know, that bring judgment for the Lord, which partially vexed with monstrous apparitions, what these demonic spirits, and partly fainted their heart, failing them, for a sudden fear and looked for came upon them. Yeah, so they these Egyptians, you know what I'm saying, as part of their judgment, the Lord plagued them with evil spirits. You know what I'm saying? So this this Jake, you know what I'm saying, his fear of evil spirits is is it's legitimate. You know what I'm saying? In this world they call them ghosts, but we know those are in the know. We know that those aren't ghosts. Those are just evil spirits. You know that the Lord has created on the left hand side. These are demons. You know what I'm saying? And these are the same things that the Lord is going to do in these last days. When He unleashes, the great judgment upon this world. You know what I'm saying? Which is going to bring forth the salvation of the nation of Israel. The Lord is going to unleash evil spirits. And they're going to be apparitions seen because it's going to torment, those for judgment. You know. Remember the things that are written beforehand are written for our learning, so we understand that some of these same things that the Lord, or these same plagues that the Lord, brought upon, um, Egypt in former days, He's gonna do it in these last days as well, and many other plagues that the Lord is gonna bring, new plagues as well. But some of the old plagues He's gonna bring too, because these devils, they talking about, you know, um, what they call it, blackouts or whatnot taking place or whatnot. Um, so during these blackouts, when you don't have power, you know, to have light or electricity, what I'm saying, to function, and we're gonna have dark nights, right? And in these dark nights, you know, during that time of judgment, the Lord is gonna, you know, bring these spiritual demons or these spirits of apparition, you know, to plague people, you know, in these last days. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much it. I hope this lesson been edifying. I just want to say, call Hola Yahweh Shem Mashai, Kwame Shawala, Shabbat Shalom, Abba Baba.